Hi everyone. Today we are going to be looking at a new topic called sets or set theory, and we are going to be looking at the different terminologies used in set theory. We are going to begin with what we call sets. What is set? Set is a collection of well-defined objects, things, or numbers. It is a collection of well-defined objects, right? Things or numbers. Example of what we can call a set is when you say a set of even numbers between 4 and 12. A set of even numbers. That means numbers that will fall into this set would be 6, 8, 10, right? Because we said a set of even numbers between 4 and 12. So these are the numbers 6, 8, and 10. So it is a collection of well-defined objects, things, or numbers. We could also have, as an example, a set of the states in the United States of America. A set of the states in the United States of America. You have 50 states in the United States of America. So you have a set of those states. Also, talking about a set of countries in Africa. That means all the different countries in Africa belong to this set we are talking about right here. Another example is when you say a set of whole numbers between 1 and 7. Whole numbers between 1 and 7. That means, because you say between 1 and 7, the numbers are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means you have a set of these numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's the set of whole numbers between 1 and 7, which is why we said a set is a collection of well-defined objects, things, or numbers. Take notes. Objects, things. Okay? Now, how do we represent sets? Capital letters are used to stand for the set. Capital letters. So that means I can have something like this. A to B. Okay? This is the set. And then we say, and curly bracket or braces are used to obtain the set. That means we use this symbol right there. We use this curly bracket or braces. So that means if I want to write this set right here, which says a set of whole numbers between 1 and 7, I can represent it as A. Remember, we said capital letters are used to stand for the set. I can say A, and then I can have my curly bracket, and I will say a set of all numbers. Okay, I can say between 1 and 7, and then I can close the bracket with a brace. Okay, I can close it with the curly bracket, or you call it brace. Okay, so now you said A, capital A, that is your set. Okay, so if you are writing the set right here, you have to write it inside a curly bracket or your brace. Okay, so now if I want to write this number, a set of whole numbers between 1 and 7, what are the whole numbers between 1 and 7? The numbers are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you close it. Okay, take note, I did not use this bracket right here. No, I used a brace. This is what you need. Also, these numbers that you have right here inside, you have to separate them with a comma. You have to separate them with a comma. Okay, so I have capital letters to stand for the sets, and I have a curly bracket. Okay, now let's go on with our terminology. Okay, now let's take a look at the next thing, which we call elements of a set. What are the elements of a set? These are the items or things that belong to the set. They are the items or things that belong to the set. They are also called members of the set. They are also called members of the set. Let's go back to our initial example right here. We had this set A. Okay, we had this set A. We said it is a set of whole numbers between 1 and 7, and we concluded that these are the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we just explained that if we talk about element of a set, they are the items or things that belong to the set. So that tells you that if you look at this example right here, these numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 belong to this set A. So that means if you are asked that what are the elements of set A, you can be able to say 2 is an element of set A, 3 is an element of set A, 4, 5, and 6 are elements of set A, because we defined right here that element of a set are the items or things that belong to the set. Okay, we are going to look at another example pretty soon. Now, how do you represent the membership of a set? We use this symbol right here to represent that an element or a number or an item is a member of a set. If it is not a member of that set, then we use this symbol. Take note of that. Now let us take a look at an example on that. Let's say we have a set A with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 as the member. Remember, we said element of a set are the items or things that belong to the set. So if you take a look at this, 5, you put the symbol I talked about right here, then you put A. What does this mean? What does this mean? This means, or you can read it as 5 is an element of set A, or you say 5 is a member of set A because of this symbol right here. Okay, because of this symbol, you can read it as say 5 is a member of A, of set A. Why is that? 5 belongs to this set right here. This A, set A, the elements are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Okay, so what about 3? Is 3 an element of set A? Yes, 3 is present. Is an element of set A. So I can say 3 is an element of set A. Okay, what about 11? Is it an element of set A? Yes, I have 11 right here. 11 is an element of set A. Very good, guys. What about 4? What about 4? Since we do not have 4 right here, that means 4 is not a member of set A. It is not an element of set A. How do you write that? This is how you write that. 4 is not a member of set A. So if you see this symbol, it can be read as 4 is not a member of set A. Okay, it's not an element of set A, or it is not a member of set A. Okay, what about if we have this type of question right here? It says list the element of set B. Element of set B. Let's take this as an example. Element of set B. Remember, you need to put your brace. Okay, set B, you have been told that it is odd numbers less than 12. Odd numbers less than 12. What are odd numbers? They are numbers that when you divide by 2 is going to have a remainder. When you divide by 2 is going to have a remainder. So in that case, since they say it's less than 12, I will start from 1, 3. Remember, you need to separate by comma. 5, 7, 9, and 11. Because it says less than 12, we are going to stop at 11. Then you're going to close it with the close curly bracket. So all these are the elements of set B. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. These are the elements of set B. Okay, so that is what we mean when we say element. They are the items or things that belong to that set. I hope you guys are getting this fundamental concept right here. Okay, let us take a look at another terminology right here, which we call the cardinal number of a set. What is the cardinal number of a set? Okay, it is the number of distinct elements in a finite set. Remember, we've talked about elements. We already know element, right? We treated element right here. We know what elements are right now. Okay, now since we already know what elements are, cardinal number of a set is the number of distinct elements in that set, in a finite set, right? So that means we cannot repeat any number. So now let us take a look at this. What is the cardinal number of this set? What is the cardinal number of this set? If we take a look at this set has this element right here: 1, 5, 7, 11, and 12. Take note, there must not be repetition. That is why we said distinct elements. 1, 5, 7, 11, and 12. So what is the cardinal number? How many distinct elements do you have right here? These are the elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that means we have 5 distinct elements right here. Okay, now how do you denote what a cardinal number is? This is how you write it. It's going to be n open bracket. What is the set? The set right here is A. I will put A right here, and I will say equals to, how many elements do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good, guys. Then I will put 5 right there. That means the cardinal number of this set is 5. Okay, very good. Let us take a look at this also. B, set B is, what are the elements? We have this element 1, 2, 3, and 7. These are the elements. How many elements are you having altogether? It's 4 of them. We have 4 elements right there. They are distinct elements. So number of elements in B, because this is set B, is what? Is 4. Very good, guys. Very good. What about this? What is the cardinal number of this set? This set is, C is a set of letter of the word hello. Hello. Hello is spelled as Hello. Okay. Now what you need to do right here is to rewrite the word, is to rewrite the letters that makes up this word hello. Remember, we said distinct elements. So that means I'm going to write this way: H, okay, E, okay, L. Now, because there are two L's here, remember we said distinct, I should not write the L twice. I only need to write it once, right? One time. So I have L, then I have this O. I'm going to close it. You see that now, letter of the word Hello. So in this case right now, what will be the cardinal number of that set C? The cardinal number is going to be, what are the elements? The elements are HELO, right? How many letters are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the cardinal is 4, right? That means the cardinal number is 4. Or you say the number of elements, distinct elements in the set C is 4. Very good, guys. I hope you all understand these fundamentals, these terminologies we are explaining right here. So in this class, we have been able to explain what a set is, right? We've been able to explain what how we represent set. We represent with capital letters, and we use brace, right, or curly brackets. You have the elements or the members of that set inside separated by a comma, okay? And then we went further to talk about how you represent membership of a set. 5 is a member of A. Take note of that symbol. 4 is not a member of A. Take note of that symbol, okay? And then we went further to talk about the cardinal number of a set, which we said is the number of distinct elements in a finite set. And we looked at these examples. All right, guys, I will encourage you to go over this video several times until you're able to convince yourself that you've understood these terminologies. And then in the next class, we are going to look at more terminologies we are going to be coming across in this topic called sets. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next class.